Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Shea, first of all, let me thank you for the work that you've done on avian influenza in California. California continues to face a number of different threats, but I know there's been some great work done on avian influenza. One of our other challenges, I've got a lot of citrus and stone fruit crops in our area. We've had issues with citrus greening and plum pox virus. Those have been addressed in our area. Our concern is with Canada does not have the same eradication policies that we do. My question to you would be, are you working with our Canadian counterparts, and do you see future efforts there to address it before it comes to our area?
Specifically with plum pox?
Yes, please.
Yes, we've been working very closely with them. I'll ask Mr. Alissi to touch on that because he is part of the national, or the North America Plant Protection Organization, who works closely with Canada. So, Osama, do you want to talk about that a little bit with plum pox, please?
Very good, thank you. Absolutely, we've been working with Canada on coordinating our efforts in eradicating the plum pox virus in New York and Ontario. So far, we have been surveying for PPV in California. We have not detected any PPV in California, so we are in good shape that way. With respect to stone fruit, we've been working with Mexico to ensure that we are able to continue to export stone fruit from California to Mexico without the overburden of inspection that Mexico had required in the past, and I think we're making very good progress there as well.
Thank you. We've been having a number of discussions with the ambassador on TPP. My concern and questions have been largely around the sanitary, phytosanitary standards. I'm sure you're aware, at times our crops get held up in foreign ports over differing issues. I would ask if you have seen the phytosanitary piece of the TPP.
Yes, we've been involved with that. I think there were 21 different sessions, and we were part of 17 of those sessions in negotiating the TPP. I would say something that is important about this is many of the pests and diseases we see end up coming through smuggled goods or inadvertent transmission. We really don't find a lot of pests and diseases on legitimately certificated agricultural imports. So something like the TPP has the potential to legitimize trade and therefore become under our purview for inspection. A lot of what we find is indeed smuggled material, whether it's from Asia or other parts of the world, and that's where the pest and disease problem is, because the material will come in mismanifested, to use a nice word, mismanifested, I don't know, deliberately mismanifested probably. And I think a legitimate trade route like TPP might provide would actually be beneficial from that standpoint. But I also understand your concerns about what other countries do to us. And what we have tried to do is work very closely with them. We have people in 30 different countries, and last year alone, those people were able to get over $25 million worth of product release that had been held up for what we think were probably not really legitimate phytosanitary and sanitary reasons. So we continue to work on that issue and understand it.
Thank you. And Mr. Herringer, I mean, citrus greening, the plum pox virus, the glassy wing sharpshooter, been a big issue in the past. What are the joint issues that are being resolved between agencies to tighten up these illegal movements that could bring these different pests in?
So every regulation that APHIS proposes through rulemaking comes over to our shop to take a chop on it, to discuss the ramifications, do an impact statement. So anything future down the road for legitimate trade, as Mr. Shea alluded to, we think we have a pretty good control on. We call that the known. We know that that's coming. We anticipate that they will abide by the rule and regulation, certification, et cetera, animal products and or plant products. It is that unknown that we're more concerned about. It's the things that are mismanifested, or they didn't quite characterize it as it was stated to be. That's where we think our targeting information is vital from the very, very get-go, but that is fed by APHIS's smuggling interdiction and trade compliance, and their IAS group, their investigative enforcement services, gives us key information on the back end of things they've found already stateside that we plug into our targeting layer so that we can try to pick that up and make a nexus to possibly some other conduits and try to plug a hole in that and stop that from entering the United States.
Thank you.